All right, Skip. Last week of the season, just what do you what do you just think the mindset of the team is?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're excited. There's a lot on the line. Playing teams that are in that same tier as us and in that seeding area for the tournament in the Big Skies. So really, you almost look at it as if the playoffs kind of start this weekend. The tournament starts this weekend with how much is on the line. So yeah, we're ready to go.
Just what's kind of something you just want to look from maybe the next two games or all three of the games, just to see like going into the tournament that they moved in the right direction
Yeah, I
on.
mean, there's a sense of urgency and a sense of competitiveness that you have to have as you win games late in February and certainly as you move into that first week of March and into the second week of March and those types of things. So really it's just that because you have a certain number of players that have done that, have that experience. And we have some players that are new, clearly freshmen, but players that are new to that role that have to go ahead and respond and be able to crank up, the intensity for early March, late February basketball.
We talked to Jody about this. Just what's it sort of from last year? What's sort of the challenge of balancing like the rook or freshman, and then sort of even have like a shorter bench than you just have to be a little more creative with
Yeah,
your
I mean,
lineup.
what a luxury, right? In terms of having such a veteran group and having that depth off of that one. So this year, things you have to modify. Things are a little bit less complicated for us defensively. Try to keep things a little bit more simple off of that one, and then just situations as far as flexibility with players coming off the bench. You've got a couple of guards, couple of posts that are doing that, but the experience level obviously isn't in that group to what we had last year. But that's normal cycle. That's what happens in this level. So every month that goes by, every week that goes by, those players gain experience. They've kind of had done another lap around the conference. They've seen these teams, and so their job now is to adjust and to be able to perform at the level needed to win basketball games.
Obviously, last year, the defense was the focal point and one of the main strengths. How do you think that's just sort of developed from the first week to now?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I mentioned, just I think being able to get comfortable with all the different rotations and the terminology and all of the week to week things, and now you've seen different actions and you're seeing them for a second or a third time against opponents, as you move into the conference tournament, and so just being able to modify what we need to do and be able to change things on the fly a little bit more. I think the more veteran your group is, the more options you have in terms of being able to do that and still remain on the same page. So, like I said, we try to keep things pretty simple with this group because we did have a lot of new moving parts and try to make sure that everybody was on the same page. But as you become more experienced, then maybe you do have that ability to change things up a little bit more defensively and still with communication remain on the same page.
You have Weber State the second time and Idaho State the second time. What are you sort of preparing for them on the road?
Yeah, I mean, different teams, obviously. Weber can put the ball on the floor. They really can shoot the ball from the three-point line. Not a super deep team in terms of how many players that they play in their rotations and those types of things. And so just making sure that we have fewer broken down possessions at the defensive end. But, defensively, if you look at our metrics within conference, it's actually pretty good. We're the second leading defensive field goal percentage team. And I don't know what we are, third or fourth, in points per game. So really it's a focus of just being more consistent offensively and making sure that we make shots. And if we are having a struggle in a certain area, maybe adjusting a little bit more and getting the ball inside if we're not making outside shots and those types of things. And then Idaho State plays a little bit more depth than does Weber State. And, really a physical defensive team, going to play a lot of man-to-man. Really get up into a hand-to-hand combat type of stuff. So then you got to be ready for that physicality. And certainly now that we've played it once at home and we're able to get out of here with a win, know that that's going to get cranked up for them at their place and just be able to adjust and handle that and put points on the board.
Week or less than a week away from last home game and senior night. What did this class mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, certainly there's different people because we have a couple of those people that have come in here for a single year, and they've done an incredible job for us to have Rachel come in and to Peyton come in and be their leadership that they've had coming from their different programs and transfer that into our program. They've been really, really fantastic EGs for their grad years. And then you have a player like Alexis Pettis, and Ellie Bonai that have been here for a few more years off of that and have kind of been here for the whole ride. And then same thing, though, you have those people that have come in and been in a certain role early in their career and then moved into those captain leadership roles into, year 4 for them. So, just grateful for all of those seniors, making sure that we are doing everything we can to send them out on the best possible note and to play, every single day, trying to get one more game at it. Certainly that'll be the battle cry when you get to Boise. Every time you play, that could be your last game. So you just want to keep battling, get one more day for those people that deserve it as their careers finish up.
Going back to Alexis, she's been here, as long as you guys have been here.
Yeah.
What are you going to miss most about her on the
Yeah, I mean, she just is that quiet leader. Always had that demeanor. As far as doesn't talk a ton, isn't super loud, but just puts everything into every single drill. Really a sponge in terms of what she understands. High IQ player. And then this year we've been able to see her really use that voice more to be able to share that information and that knowledge with more players. So and then she's, you call her that dog. She's just that dog that gets out there and competes and isn't willing to back down from anybody and, usually guards the other team's best player. We'll miss her leadership and just her consistency with what she's brought to our program.
The season seemed like it just goes by so fast, but what is just your favorite memory so far from this season?
I mean,
I usually get the Hawaii trip. So.
Yeah, for me, it's just about week to week. Honestly, I mean, there's some great memories, and I'll reflect on all that kind of stuff, when the season's over and we're done. But I'm not getting nostalgic about this season. I'm trying to prepare for games this weekend, and I know our players are trying to do that too. Perform the best that we can going into these weekend's games, grab wins, position ourselves for the Big Sky tournament, and then go in there to the Big Sky tournament and compete every single day. Like I said, trying to survive one more day. So we'll get nostalgic when the season's over, as we get a few weeks past it. But right now, it's just prepare and be ready to go to battle.
Joey always talks about, being number 1 in team chemistry. How do you think that's developed this season?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think our women are outstanding. They do a great job of being consistent with our core values in terms of that team chemistry and playing for each other. And so I haven't seen any drop off in that at all. And, we talk about being a number 1 in the conference, top 10 in the country and culture and the way we treat each other. And I absolutely think that has been done with these ladies. And we are very grateful for them. They're a fantastic group who we absolutely love coming to work with every day. From your coaching career, what would you say is the most embarrassing moment you've had? Most embarrassing moment from a coaching career? Oh, man.
Jody says it's going for a chair and then not being
that wasn't there or anything. The old pull the chair trick or unintentional. I guess she sits in the captain's chair during those timeouts that they bring out for her. So that's probably happened to her a little bit more. Oh man, an embarrassing moment probably has something to do with food delivery or food or something off the court. I don't think of too many embarrassing moments on the court. That's probably it. I don't have any classics on that one.
I've asked a lot of the girls this. Who would you say is the best dancer on the team?
The best dancer on the team? Who? I got to go with AP. She got that LA style and that LA rhythm with her. So
we've heard it to you a couple times.
Yeah, I do have some pretty good moves, but there are very tight qualifications that are required in order to pull those out on me.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yeah, you got it.